Hello,
Hi.
Steph.
This is always the awkward part where we just sit and stare at each
I
other like we
know,
didn't just say hi.
right? I know. You know what
Hi.
we should do one day? Okay, that wouldn't work for YouTube though, because
What?
it's like where you don't have the screen to see how if it's different, like our communication. Because
Oh.
sometimes it's weird when, to me, it's always weird, like when we're like staring at each other in the beginning, but then it's like whatever,
Hi.
right? I don't know. But anyways,
Right. Yes. Because I was thinking, man, I wish I could not have the camera on today because I have my curler in and I didn't want to
Mhm.
take it out until I had to get ready for the beach.
You're so
But
funny.
I'm hiding it with my head with
Do you
my
like that curler?
headphones. Yes.
Oh,
It is
wow.
so amazing. All I do is blow dry my hair, weave it in 3 minutes, and I just wear it all day long until I have to leave. I love this thing, and it's not
Dang.
satin. It's this one's velour because my hair would have not been cute
Falling
with
off.
satin. So I got
Oh,
this.
gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Love. And for me, like I'm gonna see if I'll get the energy to try it tonight
Mm-hmm.
and see what it looks like in the morning after a sleep. But that's also kind of risky because I go into the office tomorrow and my hair, like I have to wash it every day. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't
same
know.
here. I'm
Yeah.
the same way. But see, so do you braid it or
No,
does
it's
Kara?
it's not a
You
braid.
wrap
So
it.
what you do is you put it in the middle, clip it, and
Mm-hmm.
then you grab a piece of hair, weave it behind, grab another piece of hair, join it, and so on. So it looks
Oh,
like a
so it's like
fishtail
a,
French braid.
hmm
And then I get these beautiful curls that stay. Like it's like,
wow.
yeah.
Man, that's pretty impressive.
I love this thing. Like, and it keeps the hair out of my face. Because normally during the day, like if I'm not gonna go anywhere, like till later,
Mm-hmm.
I just have my hair in a claw or I'll blow dry it and then style it, but then that's doing heat twice. So I was like, let me
Mm-hmm.
just do this. And I'm like, if I can do this, that's gonna be amazing. And
Yeah.
then yeah, it's stuff proof because I don't know how to French braid.
Mm-hmm.
So this is perfect for
So
me.
did you get this? Did you say you got it at Ross or something? Or like, because I've seen
They
those at
sell them.
Ross.
They sell them at Ross. I got this on Amazon because I've only had luck in finding satin ones. So I went
Mm-hmm.
online and I was like, oh shit, 7.99, and it comes with the velour
Nice.
thing, two velour hair ties, and then the claw. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I love this thing.
Yeah, for real. That's fantastic. I should try that. So it's funny because I should get that for Presley because
Yeah.
she's been braiding two little braids herself.
Oh.
And it's funny because the little crimp starts like right here. And so, and it looks cute, but if I did that for her or I
Oh,
could teach her how, she could just sleep in it because she takes a shower at night.
it's
So,
perfect
yeah,
for
that's
her.
actually
And it's
that's
like, and then
great.
you just put a bonnet on top, a little satin
That
one.
is
So
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 cute.
when she
Yes. Oh,
sleeps,
that's true. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh
super
man.
handy.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get her that because she's
Sky's the
like.
limit, baby.
So, Steph, how was your weekend? Tell us
Oh my
about
God,
your trip.
guys. I survived. Okay, because you know
Yes, I
how
was thinking
nervous I
about you.
was.
Hmm.
It was like, oh my God, the two puppies. And the little one, like, I don't walk her on the streets of San Francisco, okay? Because we had a escape scare when we were walking her. She MacGyvered her way out of her freaking vest and it was still snapped shut. So I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna walk her again. Like it was awful. So we were
Hmm.
both scared. Put that thing on. She took to it like like fish in water.
Hmm.
And she's plumper now. So that thing ain't going nowhere. And we
Hmm.
had the best time. Like they slept in the car, the ride up.
Aw.
We got there. They were like, oh my God, they were so excited to be included. He leapt in the snow. She watched him, and then she did the same thing he did. Like they loved it. They got along really well
Aw.
with everybody. They're very extroverted. I don't know where they get that from. It must be their other mother, but like they love people. So
Hmm.
like they were all like they're like, yay. But of course, I was like, there were smokers on this trip, so I was very correct in being scared about the door because god damn
Hmm.
it that door kept sliding open and shut. I was like, hi, how many cigarettes are we going to smoke? But I get it because I used to be a smoker, so that would have been
Hmm.
my ass. And
Hmm.
they didn't smoke every 5 minutes, but like I
Hmm.
had to be on edge. So the
Right.
first night I was nervous, like I was
Hmm.
holding them, and Angel was too.
Aw.
The second day the ski peeps went to ski, and then it was the puppy crew. It was a smaller group, just three of us and the
Hmm.
three puppies. We got to walk We got to gossip. We got to drink rosé all day.
Oh,
It was
nice.
fabulous. So it was a great trip. I can't,
Aw.
we're planning a Guerneville trip for the summer
Hmm.
because like one of them has like, I think they have a property like with a big fenced in yard, a pool,
Oh, that's
hot, like the whole
perfect.
nine. So I was like,
Hmm.
puppies are invited. She goes, You can't come without them because
Hmm.
I'm in love." So
Aw.
amazing. We did it. We survived.
Oh,
Yeah, and Angel
good.
skied. She hadn't
Oh,
skied since
good.
before the pandemic. So she was like,
Oh,
but
dang.
she did like 14 runs, I think. I was like, what?
Wow, good for
I
her.
find it very attractive that she can ski. It's hot. It's really hot to me. I'm like, "Ugh, you're hot."
You're so funny. Where was the last place she skied?
I
Does
don't
she ski when
know
she goes back home, or is it more
if
so
we
like
go
on
to
an
the
excursion?
mountains. I think that's when the last time
Aw.
was there. Wait, yeah, either there or Tahoe, but
Oh,
like,
how
and it's when we go
exciting.
deeper into the mountains in Canada where I
Because I
find
could
myself.
wait, I vaguely remember you guys going. Remember you went to the Fairmont or you went somewhere,
Yeah,
remember? And
that
you
was,
were
but
like
that
sipping on cocoa or something
I
while
had
she
a
was skiing.
no, I was in the lodge with a bottle of wine
Yeah,
and a book.
that's right.
Like I was like, thank you. You guys take your time and have a blast. I'm here by the
Hmm.
fireplace. Like
Yeah.
this is the ski trip I wanted. Yeah, that was when we first started dating. So
Hmm.
she's been back, like she's been
Uh-huh.
doing it. So hopefully now, she can do it every year again because she loves
Aw.
Tahoe. It
Yeah,
was
that's
great. It was
cool.
such a great experience, Dean. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. That was perfect. And did it snow or was it clear?
It was clear skies, beautiful days. It wasn't
Oh, good.
snowing when we got there, but there was lots of snow on the street, on the outside. It was a winter
Mm-hmm.
wonderland. I was like, oh, and the
Aw.
streets were all paved. I mean, I guess because the cars, we didn't even need to put chains on.
Wow, that's pretty good. So that was
Yeah, it
perfect.
was perfect.
Aw, I love that. Oh.
Yeah, and the puppies have been sleeping so hard since we got back. Like Roni's sleeping right now. Daisy's downstairs
Mhm.
drooling. Like I'm like, oh my God, they're so tired.
How cute. Yeah, they were just busy socializing, so they're just
They
like
were. They're like, hi, hi, we're here. We're out.
that is so cute. I love that. It's so important to like socialize them, but it's hard
Yeah.
too. Like, I don't take my dogs to dog parks, like, or anything
No.
like that because I don't know. The last time I did that was a long time ago, and my dog caught like, what is it?
Kennel
Like,
cough?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was gonna say a cough. And it's just there's so many little things, or even just the fleas. I can't, uh-uh,
It's
no.
scary. Like Roni was better socialized. Like he would regularly go to play group and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But he's more of a people person, so he would stick to like the people. Like he
Mm-hmm.
likes to snuggle. Now
Mm-hmm.
Daisy's never been to play group because they just put dogs of all sizes, but same temperaments. But
Mm-hmm.
she'll get in someone's face. She doesn't care how little she is. Like she'll get in the face of like a big ass golden retriever. And no, but she did so good. Like she knows our friend's dog who's the same size as her,
Mm-hmm.
and
How
she's
cute.
elderly. So
Uh-huh.
like the dog's like
Oh.
12 years older than Toti. So the three of them just hung. It was so cute. I die. I was like, they're
Aw.
friends and they play together. I was like, what? I'm crying.
Okay, that's adorable. I love that.
And
Oh.
Angel was like beaming with joy. She's like, ugh, like she wasn't relaxed because she was nervous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't by myself, like in my nerves. I'd
Mm-hmm.
loosened up,
Mm-hmm.
but she was like, I'm like, how are you? She goes, I'm tired because I've just been stressed out the entire time. And I'm like, thank
Aw.
you for being on my side. Like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it is nerve-wracking, because especially like you said, when you're around others, it's different. It's a different lot. There's some people that are maybe more laxed or, not as like uptight about
Right.
certain things, and everybody has their different ways of being with their animals. Not every dog knows how to recall, so
Exactly.
it's not like you could just be like, hey, Maroni, and he comes right back.
Well,
you
and I
know
think that he would because he's so attached to me, but they also think it's a game. Like if I try to
hmm
grab, they're
Oh
like, "What?"
yeah, exactly. And I
I'm
can't.
sorry to interrupt, but do you hear any background noise? Like, shh.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Hopefully that's just me, but we'll let you know. Yeah, no. So it
Mm.
was a great trip. I think it would be so fun if the four of us went somewhere with our
Oh
dogs.
yeah. Oh my
I
God, that
think
would be amazing.
like Charlie would get along with them. He's a
Oh, for
baby, so I
sure.
think him and
Hmm.
Toti would take to like
Yeah.
they'd have fun and then Tito can rest.
Charlie needs a girlfriend. Oh,
Oh,
hold on. So I had some dog drama this weekend. Nothing bad or
what?
anything,
Okay.
but it was, I mean, because everything was fine. But so I wasn't feeling good this weekend.
Ugh.
I was out of it. And so pretty much just stayed home. And on Saturday, the dogs were out here in the backyard, and Tony and I was crocheting, and Tony was doing whatever. And so Charlie and Libby were outside in the backyard. There's no way they could get out. So it was just like, whatever. So all of a sudden, it's like 4 o'clock, and I look on my Facebook. Tell me why someone says, is this someone's dog? It was Libby
What?
on our Facebook, like our community page. And I was like, the hell? So we're screaming all over. And the only person that went out was Tony. And because he had to go somewhere, I can't remember, to the post office. And so, but there was no way Libby could have gotten out that we thought, right? Because Tony didn't open any of the doors. And I was like, this is odd. So I was like, okay, well, we're not going to figure this out. We just went and got her. The neighbor had her, right? And this has happened to her twice, right? Because it happened to her with my dad, and then it happened one other time where my mom and I were going to Home Goods, and we saw a whole bunch of people by the mailbox, and they're like crowded around. I go, oh, I wonder what's going on over there. I get to Home Goods, I look on Facebook, and they're looking at our dog. I'm like,
How?
seriously, seriously.
How did she get out?
Well, the first time she got out, I don't know how. The second time, she must have, because she's an escape artist. She will like, she's tiny, but she's mighty. She will push away gates. She goes through cracks. Like, and I've watched her have video of it. Like, it's insane. So this time, I think what she did, because we went and we got her, we didn't question anything because we're like, there's no way she can escape the backyard. There's an escape on the bottom of one of the doors, but that's not like, we're like, how could she do this unless she's a rat and like can somehow her bones like all detach or whatever, right? And so Sunday, we're outside, same thing, still not feeling too hot. She escapes again. And so my mom and I go out to find her, and all of a sudden I open the garage door and you hear, and she comes right in. She literally flattens her body and escapes underneath the door
Uh-uh.
crack. Yes.
So what
So now
what
we have
now?
freaking Tony built two things to completely block them off.
Oh, thank God.
But I'm like,
She's
never.
so little.
Yeah. And she's just over there. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, Libby, you could have died.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would have been crying had I been
Yeah.
there.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And and the thing is we usually have her we had a little collar on her, but she takes it off.
Oh my
She'll
God.
bite it off, her jaw gets stuck on it, or she literally will pick at it until it comes off. She's literally broken off little tiny collars. So we even got a cat collar for her. Nothing works.
Oh my
So
God. Cat collar. That's like
So now we have to literally escort her when she goes outside, even though, like, because now we're paranoid. Because even though we blocked everything off, we're now paranoid. Like, is she going to scale the walls? Because she's like that. I'm gonna have to show you a video. She literally climbed, like, will jump on our stairs and climb through between the railings of our
oh my
stairs.
God. She's so freaking cute and little and hilarious. It's always the little ones. They're
Hmm.
brilliant.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, I'm like, are you human?
wow.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
so,
glad I had a
yeah.
happy ending.
It did for sure. I wouldn't share it if it wasn't.
Thank you.
But anyways, yeah, so that was my weekend. It sucks. And there is something going around, stuff that is crazy with
Yeah.
colds. And I'm hearing
Yeah.
more so on like Instagram and everywhere else that it's like some people are sick for months.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Exactly.
for me, I don't know why. I don't know if I said this the last time, but it started in my throat and it's
Hmm.
going upside down. It's going from my throat up.
Yes. That's
And
what
I ain't
happened to
down
me.
with this. And it's not COVID, but
No. Buckle up for like a minimum of 3 weeks.
mm-mm.
It's freaking annoying. And then this weekend, like the morning that we left, I woke up and I started that cough again. I was like, oh no, you need to see yourself out because we already did this. And it sure as hell went away. Like I was like,
Oh, good.
residuals, like I'm tired. I should have a
Mhm.
6 pack by now, the amount of coughing that I did every night.
See, luckily I haven't had a cough. So, and I
Ugh.
was kind of worried about that because tomorrow Presley has they're like, you know what DARE is for the drugs.
Yeah.
So she's been for the past like 4 months or whatever, they've been doing all these things for DARE. So tomorrow she has her DARE graduation and like the mayor's gonna be
Oh
there
my
and like she's doing a
God.
performance of Justin Bieber where they changed the lyrics and so her and two other friends are performing. So I was like, oh my gosh, which, it's cute, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't get a cough. Like, because it's
Oh,
always during those moments of like church or like really, really
oh,
quiet
I told you what
events where
happened to
you,
me at church. I had to excuse myself to hack, like I was choking, like it was
oh,
embarrassing.
I can't handle that. I really can't.
Ugh.
It gives me anxiety. I think that too, like the more you have a cough, you anticipate it. So
Yes.
you bring on the tickle, and it's just like, ugh. But anyway,
Yeah. I
we'll
hope you
pray.
feel better because
Thank you. And I hope your cough stays
it
away,
better.
like
It
far, far
better.
away. It
Yeah.
never caught Kara, right?
No, thank God.
That's good. That's good news. Yeah, it hasn't caught Tony yet, so we'll see what
Ooh. I just
happens.
heard, I just thought of that funny meme, like, it's okay, birdie.
I that's my ringtone for Tony.
Oh my God.
I made it on Google on GarageBand and I made it
Oh
into
my
a
God.
ringtone because I love Nana Lana.
Wait, quick question about
Uh,
GarageBand.
hmm
Can you There's a song on YouTube that is not available
hmm
anywhere. It's an old
hmm
song that I love. Can you use GarageBand to do something and that way I can use it on iTunes? Because like there's
Um,
YouTube converters, but for some
mhm.
reason it's not working for this particular one and it's driving me
So
crazy.
you're just trying to record the audio?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so I mean, I don't want them to get mad at me on YouTube
Oh,
to say,
let's
but
chat
who cares?
offline.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Let me remind you how to do it. Okay,
Okay.
record. Because there is, I mean, obviously it's not going to be like the most perfect sound, but there
Right.
is ways,
Okay.
definitely, for sure. I
And
hate
it's
when you
just for
can't
my own
find stuff.
personal use,
Hmm.
obviously.
Yeah, because we're not down with stealing.
No, no, said the girls from the Napster LimeWire era. No, we're not.
Exactly. I just feel like sometimes it's so hard to like, I don't know, because there was a song, I can't remember who it was from, but Tony was looking for it forever. And what happens to these songs? That just, is it like, where do they go?
I don't know. Sometimes it's like what's happening on TikTok thing with the
Hmm.
company. They just pull everything.
Mm,
So that might be the problem. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just annoying. Like make shit available or don't give us anything if you can't give it, like let us keep it there.
Well, it's kind of like the movies when, like, for the longest time, like, it was impossible to download now and then. Like, I didn't know where I could find it. And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden they decided to release it. And of course, if you had VHS, that would be different or a DVD from back in the day. But I mean, not many people have DVDs anymore. You
I
know,
know.
it's hard. Like, that's what I loved about back in the day where you can just go to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video and they had all the oldies, or you could find it somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're overdue for a trip to Amoeba Records.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh my God. It's been forever. Oh, we need to
Yeah.
do, what we need to do is we need to have a day where we do stuff like that, where we go back to things that we used to do.
Literal, yes. Like if we
And we
do a Hate
could,
Ashbury day, we got to hit up Aardvarks and get a slice at North
yes.
Beach
Oh
Pizza.
my God. Yes. Oh,
Maybe get a tat while we're there.
okay. Yes. Okay. We need to plan this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's write this one down because this is like, that would be amazing. Remember that time we did like touristy things? We had a tourist day
Yeah, because those are
and we,
epic.
and went to like Quick Tower.
Yeah. Those are the
Oh, so much
best.
fun. Oh man. Anyways, man, we could go on and on just reminiscing. It's just fantastic, isn't it?
It is.
It's so warm and fuzzy.
It's like a glass
But
of Sprite, a really good
it
crisp
is.
glass.
Ooh, yeah, Sprite and 7 Up are really good when they're really cold. I can't, once they start to warm a little,
Ugh,
like, ugh, I can't handle it.
me neither. I like Sprite better because it's more tart.
Yeah,
It burns.
yes, I like 7 Up when I'm sick,
Me too.
but I haven't had 7 Up in years.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, what are we going to talk about today,
Um,
Steph?
so we are still on our little television series journey, and we're gonna have ample, information at our disposal, or not information,
Hmm.
but material, I should say.
Yes, for sure.
So we're gonna be here for a while. But today we are gonna be discussing the icon, the legend, the moment, and that is Blossom. That is one Miss
Oh,
Mayim Bialik. Okay.
yes.
This show spoke to us like
Hmm.
on the same level as Clarissa. Would you think that's a bold statement for me to say right now on behalf of us both?
Wow. No, not at all, because I think
Okay.
it's spot on, Steph. Spot on.
Right. And
I
it's
really
because,
do.
we have like two quirky girls, like with awesome style.
Hmm.
They're a little weird, which,
Yes.
hello, that's us, because they're just
Hmm.
unique. And I don't know, I just I love them both, but let's focus on Blossom because I could go with Clarissa for a while, but Blossom, like she was the like hilarious, not, I don't, I want to keep saying weirdo, but that's not the right word. But
Yeah,
like,
she's
it's a
like,
pretty like, the family's all
she's
like
a very
normal.
unique.
Yes, and
She's,
she's all loud and like, hey, and her loud
mhm.
like style, like she sticks out and in a
Yes.
good way.
Hmm.
So
Oh, completely.
love her.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
like, what do you think? She's
No, I'm right
fabulous,
there with
right?
you. Oh, completely. And I think, like you said, I think the reason why I loved this show so much was because I could relate to her. Because I was not your normal kid. Like growing up, I always strived to be different or push the envelope a little when it came to things that I wore or, just like even the way I talked or just things I did.
Mm-hmm.
She had this quirkiness about her that was different, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
compared to her siblings. And then when
Yes.
she met Six, or when, her neighbor, was it her neighbor or her friend?
It was
Her
her
best
best
friend,
friend.
right?
Yes.
um like she met her match, and it was just like, it was just perfection. It really was. And like I think we both can relate to the fact that like family or even like maybe our parents parents at times would look at us like, you know what are you doing, or and it's just those moments that they had, like we could completely relate to.
Totally. I agree.
Hmm.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Hi, how's it going? Okay.
Hi.
So, what I loved, yes, so I love that there's always a best friend. And
Hmm.
in this case, her best friend has like that swag and style about her as well.
Hmm.
Like she did. But I was, and her name was really Six on the show.
Hmm.
Like that was her
Yeah.
name, Six
Hmm.
Lemire.
Isn't that
And
cool?
yeah. So like I don't remember, did they talk about that? Like did they ever talk about her, like were her parents like quirky
Uh,
hippies, or like were they musicians? Like I don't remember if we ever
that's true. I don't
learned
know if they
about that.
ever mentioned anything why. I want to say they did, right? Like I kind of feel like because I always remember her talking so fast. Um, let's see.
Yeah, because she was just like, I really liked the way she spoke too. She was like
Oh,
very,
totally.
that actress is so adorable. I really like her a lot, and it was fun to see her like what
Yes. It says so her name is Six Dorothy Lemure.
uh
And so Six is Blossom's best friend. Her parents are divorced. And in the pilot, she alludes to the fact that she was named Six because of the number of beers her father drank in order to get her mother pregnant.
lovely.
But I
Lovely.
could totally see her explain that
Lovely.
completely. Hmm.
Um, awkward. Moving right along. Well, before we even talk about like their friendship, I think it's really cool that what we have here is like this family that's trying to adjust to life after her mother leaves to like
Mhm.
pursue her own dreams, her
Yeah.
own like thing, which we later we see that a lot in like movies and shows.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it's typically the dad, but in the like okay, in the movie, the Twilight series, like
Hmm.
Bella's mom was like, bye. And like she like
Right.
went to go tour with her man. So
Exactly.
something that we
Hmm.
see. So I think, and they were an Italian American family, and
Hmm.
it was, I think, two brothers. It was
Hmm.
two brothers.
Yeah.
And Blossom was the youngest. The dad
Hmm.
was a musician, if
Hmm. Yeah.
served. Uh,
Hmm.
and this is where like we meet. So I really liked the brothers, and of course we all love Joey Lawrence. Like I
Of
had a
course.
crush on that boy. Like
Hmm.
his
All
like
of the Russo brothers. Oh,
yeah, okay, so that was my next question. Did you like um the older brother?
oh yeah. From what was the show he was in?
I don't remember because I know the face. I know the actor.
Was it
I
Charles
don't.
in Charge? No.
Oh, it might be.
He
Child
was.
in charge of
uh,
our.
I'm trying to. Yeah, was it? I know one of because there. How many Russo brothers are there? There's Joey. There's
Oh, he was in Married with Children there's two brothers.
okay.
I don't see Charles in charge on his list of
What show
accolades.
was he on?
But he was on Married with Children, but only on an episode. He was on Quantum Leap. Like he did a lot of
Mm,
supporting guest appearances. He was on Beverly Hills 90210. He was there for a couple of
mm-hmm.
episodes. Maybe you're remembering him from there. He
Maybe.
was on Mad TV, but he was a writer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he was in Prison Break for a season. Uh,
Okay. Huh.
yeah. So lots of
Yeah,
TV,
that's.
not seeing movies.
I'm like, cause his face, like, it's so funny. Like his face has this face, like I've seen him. He was on Gimme a Break. Do you
Oh.
remember that with Nell Carter?
I'm not seeing that on. Why aren't they like listing that on his?
I don't know, that was from like the 80s. I want to say it was like, but he was the young kid in Give Me a Break. He was, and that's where I remember, that's where I personally remember Joey Lawrence from is from there because and his face is one of those faces that even now, like
Wait, who?
you,
Sorry,
uh
who was on Give Me a Break?
Joey Lawrence.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking about the older brother.
Gotcha. Okay, so the older brother is Matthew? No.
The older brother is Tony.
Oh, Tony. Okay, yep, okay, sorry. Yes, man, there's hell of them. But
Matthew
no.
is Joey's brother in real life.
Yes, exactly. So, okay. Oh, so Michael Stoyanov, that one,
Yeah,
Tony. Okay, so that his face, I do remember, but I don't remember him in a lot of things.
yeah. No, he was in a lot of like just little episodes, guest
Yeah.
appearance and stuff. And Joey Lawrence, he had a fledgling music
Yes.
career,
He
with a
did.
tied flannel around his waist and his perfectly crisp white tees. I was a fan.
Oh, weren't we all? Hell. And honestly, like Tony, Blossom's brother, he wasn't really in a lot of the episodes, right? He was doing his own thing. He was kind of like searching for himself. Like it
Well,
was,
he had a really interesting storyline because he was a recovering drug addict and
yeah.
alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
So that would explain like his like, not being around as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joey was the middle child.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that he was a baseball player. I do know
Mm-hmm.
that he was a ladies' man, duh, with a mug
Oh,
like that. Um,
okay. For
and then
real.
um Blossom was the youngest one. She's absolutely precious. I love her face. I
Mm-hmm.
love Mayim Bialik's face. I know that's something
Yeah.
weird to say, like, oh, her eye. No, I love her face. She makes me happy. Like
Mm-hmm.
she does.
Oh no. And I think that I love the fact that she's comfortable in her own skin and
Mhm.
she's not trying to change the features that a lot of people have in the past
Oh no.
because Hollywood says, you have to, right?
Right.
She owns her nice long chin and her cute and long nose. Like it's her, like her high cheekbones. Like she's so adorable and her personality, everything is just. perfection. It's exactly like how she is now is exactly how I remember her in Blossom. You know, like I feel like her character really evolved from who she was.
Yeah, for sure. No, she's a brilliant person too.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
We definitely want to talk about, but like I really enjoyed Nick Russo, the dad.
Hmm.
I like his style.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
you know,
He
he
kind of is giving me Bob Saget vibes.
really?
Yeah, like his look. Like I feel like with, the there's something like suave about him. Like he's definitely a lot more of a not as clean cut as Bob Saget in
Okay.
Full House, but I feel like he has that good guy look as well,
Yeah, definitely
you
has
know?
very with a touch of bad boy
Hmm.
appeal. Really, really
Definitely.
like him a lot. And then what else? Like there's lots of supporting actors that frankly I don't really remember because and I watched the show. Like I watched the
Hmm.
hell out of the show. But the
Yeah.
people, the core cast is what always like stuck in my mind. I mean, is there anything in particular like character wise that like struck out at you as interesting or like memorable?
No, I think what I loved, if anything, about this show is I like how for each sibling, they focused on, because you usually hear about the eldest siblings are the ones that kind of like leave the nest and kind of do their own thing. And that's what they depicted with Tony. But at the same time, it was because he was going through things. But at the same time,
Yeah.
he was his own person, he was independent. And then you have the middle child who's Joey, who is kind of like the one that wants all the attention, kind of like craving that attention. He's Mr. Popular, like you said, a ladies' man. Everybody loves him. He's a baseball player, all this stuff. And then you have Blossom, who's the youngest, but at the same time, she's also asking for a lot of attention, especially from her brothers. I really love the relationship that she had with her brother Tony. I feel like she always looked at him for advice. Like that older
Yeah.
brother put him up on a pedestal, kind of like in a way she didn't see him often, but she wanted to know more of him. And you saw that. You saw how she craved that from him. And I loved their relationship. I
Yeah,
loved it.
and I liked the fact that she was the one that actually even got him the gig to play her
Mm-hmm.
brother because she was impressed by his work on the show on
Mm-hmm.
a guest spot and she thought that they looked alike and they
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
more so
totally.
than Joey, but Joey has the resemblance of the to the actor that played his father.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Maybe my
for sure.
Blossom and the brother like are to look like the mom.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will say this though, like you said earlier about the mom and how she left and all this other stuff. I was really bitter about that in the show. I
yeah.
remember because like you said, you're usually used to seeing the dads being the one that leave, right?
Yeah.
And for, I was just like, I always thought that when I would watch this and she would bring that up, especially when she wanted to like reconnect with her in a couple of the episodes and she was just trying to understand things, right? I always thought to myself, how could a mom do that?
I
How could a
know.
mom leave their kid? And it was so bitter. I was so mad, like mad for her, because
Yeah.
especially for a little girl, like just like a little boy, they need their dad, they need their mom too. But for how could she turn, like just leave the three kids, The dad did a good job given,
Definitely.
but it definitely made me upset.
Yeah. No, yeah, especially when we were younger to see that. It was like, wow, that really
Hmm.
happened. So, I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
it was good exposure for us, I guess, to see like different types of
Hmm.
family units.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this one was like dad is both mom and dad to these three kids who aren't
Hmm.
babies, they're teens.
Right.
So that he had his work cut out for him. But really quickly, this show premiered in 1990 and it ran for 4 seasons, I believe, before it
Hmm.
was canceled in 95. So it was canceled, unfortunately, due to low ratings, which, what? Really? It's always
Yeah.
shows that are the bomb. Like just the 10 of us, I'm still bitter.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think it served its purpose for sure, and it's
Hmm.
definitely going to go down in history as being like one of the top shows of the 90s because it encompassed
Yeah.
the whole thing, the style, the just the whole look of it. It was very,
Hmm.
you know,
Oh
that
yeah, for sure. I mean, just her when you look at like the blossom, like that picture of her where she's wearing the hat with the
oh,
flower,
I had that
you
hat.
know? Yeah, same here. And you have, her bob with her bangs and just like the little, sweater she's wearing with the dress. Like that's exactly what
We wore.
we wore when we were younger, and
Yeah.
her cheesy little smile. It was just like, and even like when she's dancing around in her room during the opening,
Yeah.
you know,
And she's
um,
dancing on the no, that's my
yeah,
favorite part.
exactly. And how she would wear like, what is it, like Doc Martin boots or whatever with
Yeah,
her white socks. And it was just, it
perfect.
encapsulated everything 90s and what we were as kids,
Yeah.
during that time. And it's just such a like, I wish Presley would watch this show. I have to get her on it because it's such a feel good show. It really is. And I just love that relationship between her and Six because it's a real sisterhood.
Yeah, yeah. She really had her back.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa. It was nice to see. It's very DJ and Kimmy. Like everyone
Mm-hmm.
always has to have their ride or dies, and
Of
they,
course.
had a great one in this one. It
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of Angela and Rayanne of My So-Called Life.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, that's a perfect example. It's true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something about them. I don't know what it is. Maybe because Six's background story
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of Rayanne. Oh, I can't wait to talk about My So-Called Life. But yeah, so like I said, I love Maya Bialik. I love her face. I do. She's so
Mm-hmm.
cute. She's Angel's age. Oh, so she's gonna be 49 this year, that means. And
Oh.
yeah, she was born in California. Hey. And she's
Oh.
been, acting for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was in that show that I never watched, The Big Bang Theory. I never
Mm-hmm.
watched it.
Yeah, me
Just never
neither.
called my attention, even though I love um Johnny Galecki, who was on
Mm-hmm.
Roseanne, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Mike
know.
Pollock. So, but
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I don't like anyone else. And did she? Oh yeah, and she played a neuroscientist on that show, which is not far from what
Let's
she is
see.
in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And have you listened? I think we talked. Oh, wait, I have to say this. Her name means water in Hebrew. Love that.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love that for real.
Love that. And it comes from a nickname that was given to her great grandmother, Miriam. I love that. I love when, like,
Hmm.
I was named after Stephanie Powers, an 80s actress that my mother loved.
Mm-hmm.
So I love, like, when there's stories as to why, like people name their,
Oh, for sure.
and this is like,
Yeah, I
cool.
like when people have a reason behind a name or like, it was from da, 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 versus it just being like, and I don't like it when people don't have middle names.
I don't either. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. I'm like, why not?
they were cheated, a little bit. Not that I would
Mm-hmm.
ever go by my middle name.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like my name is very regal when you add
Mm-hmm.
it. So,
Right?
okay.
Exactly.
But like so I like that. Also, like sometimes I get annoyed when people like name their kids after like somebody in the family. Like,
Yeah.
can we just not, can we just be creative?
Yeah. See, I'm with you there, Steph. I don't and nothing against people that do that because
No, no,
each its
no.
own. In if you're a first, a second, a third, a fourth,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. But if I was married and my husband said, if Tony told me, oh, because Tony is a junior. So,
Oh,
and he doesn't even like his dad. So, like honestly, if we had a kid and he had a son, hell no way, I don't have to break the chain. There is no way in hell I would be like, even though I love Tony's name, I love Antonio. That's like one of my favorite names ever. I just find it so, I don't know, something so, not that I would want to think of my kid in a sexual way, but like sexy name. Like as you get older, it's a strong name,
mhm.
like, and I love it, but I wouldn't, I just don't, I want the kid to have their own identity.
Same.
you
Same.
know?
Although if I ever had kids and if I ever had a daughter, I would throw my mother's name as a middle name at least.
Mhm.
Like I
Yes.
get why people do it. They're honoring like their peeps, but
Hmm.
like also like this is your chance to like break from tradition and like name
Totally.
did something else. So I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
uh,
No, I
uh
agree. I
yeah.
like that.
But I think it's so cool that she, took a long break from acting and, she went to study and get her doctorate in neuroscience. Like, hi, good morning. How are you?
Hmm.
Who does that?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And I
And
actually I respect that in her. And I respect actors that do that
oh, me too. I think it's
because how can you lean on especially when you're a child star? And I think that's what F's child stars up so bad is that they think they're on this this ride of, oh, I'm a child star and I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be famous still. And a lot of times they are casted as just that. And it's hard for them to get roles in the future, you
yeah.
know? And the thing is that then they go off the deep end because they're not getting roles and they're frustrated. And, in the case of her, she was like, no, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to finish school. And hell, if her acting career didn't work out, at least she has that in the background. That's smart. And I love that.
She was really smart to do that and to get her PhD in 2007, which would make her like what if she's going to be 49? I'm horrible at math. Was she in her 30s when she got it? Like that's huge.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's amazing. And now she's got an also I always forget that she was in Beaches and she played
Oh, that's right.
Betty what? Bette Midler's like younger
Hmm.
self. Because that's
Oh,
spot on. That was
yeah,
spot on. Whoever
it
was like
was.
that little girl was a genius.
Hmm. Oh, I
So
love
like
that movie so much.
yeah, me too. So like she acted, from 87 to 2009, then she goes
Hmm.
back to school and she goes back into acting 2010 to 2019, which does the Big Bang Theory. That's a really long time for a show to run.
Hmm.
And then from there, wasn't she on Jeopardy as a
Yes.
host? Why'd they take her
Hmm.
off? I feel like it was something stupid that they took her off of it.
Yeah, it was in recent, I believe,
Yeah, 2023.
and I don't know, something transpired. I don't know if it was something she said or something she did. I'm not really sure, but something happened and she
Uh,
was removed from Jeopardy and someone else was brought on. But she
no,
was great.
it was because she supported the writers' strike. That's
That's
why they
right, it was
removed
something.
her. But they removed her for season 39. And then supposedly it was just going to be for a minute, like while she was like in support of it. But then they
Hmm.
just in the end of last year, they're like, okay, no, she's axed like for permanently. So that sucks.
Wait, all because she supported that?
Well, they're not saying that's why,
Huh.
but
Yeah,
they
that's
had
crazy.
somebody they had somebody step in for her during her absence, and then
Hmm.
they decided actually you're no longer needed at the end of the year once
Hmm.
the strike and everything was over. Um,
Gotcha.
that was lame. And then she wrote and directed her first film. Hi, she's not finished yet, people. So she wrote and directed her first film in 2022 about a divorced mom, juggling her life at home and herself.
Hmm.
Like, I need love again. Like, hi, hello. That's amazing. And then what else? Oh, and she does her amazing podcast with
Hmm.
amazing guest stars.
Yeah.
Hi, Sporty Spice and Alanis Morissette. We meet again. Like,
You're
what?
funny.
Can you
No, I
imagine
love
if we had
her.
Sporty Spice on our podcast one day? I'm putting that on my vision board. Oh my God, I would sit here and die.
You know what though? What I love about her podcast though is that it's very raw.
Yeah.
And she even has people on there that she knows nothing about. And she will tell you straight out, I didn't watch your show, I didn't read your book, but I heard about you, so let's talk about it. Like she's very matter of fact and she doesn't, shy away from pushing the envelope a little and you know, she could see both sides. She's very diplomatic, she's very fair and very entertaining.
Yeah.
Like some people may say,
Hilarious.
"Oh, yeah," she's just very, I don't know, she's just she's someone that I never thought that actually would come back. You know,
Right.
yeah, and she's succeeding. Like she's amazing.
No, she is, and she's not afraid to speak her mind
Hmm.
and just stand her ground. Like she's very vocal about her support of Israel and everything that's
Hmm.
going on. She's definitely like very she's an activist, and
Hmm.
um she founded something called Grok Nation,
Hmm.
and this is back in 2015, and this like facilitates conversations of people from different races, ethnicities, ages, and they just talk about issues. Like what? And then so that's I think it's still active. And she also brilliantly wrote an op-ed for the New York Times
Hmm.
during that whole Harvey Weinstein sexual like, misconduct
Hmm.
fiasco. There's going to
Wow.
be a better word than fiasco, but she wrote
Scandal.
she wrote this thing, and it was in the New York Times. So she has that on her fucking resume too. This was back in 2017. And she wrote it to and talked about how she would dress very like prim and proper or like very modest so that she wouldn't elicit any sort of attention from men.
Hmm.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
so
She's No, she's and I love that. And that's like what I said. I feel like she's very true to what she believes in. And she doesn't give two shits about what people think,
not at all.
you
I
know?
think she's
And I
phenomenal.
think we need to see more of that in Hollywood. She reminds me a little bit of Roseanne in the sense of she's very firm in her beliefs. If you don't like me, oh well, you know, because and I'm not and not to make this political or anything like that, but I love the fact that she's still like even when it comes to Israel, there are a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood.
Mhm.
And you do not, and I'm not saying, we are pro-Israel, pro-Palestine or anything like that. This
Right.
is, but I love the fact that she's not afraid to say, I am Jewish. And I feel for both sides, but I am of Jewish people. That's her homeland. And she's not
Yes.
afraid to say that. How many other people have we even heard? We haven't we haven't heard of anybody in Hollywood. A lot of them that other than I think it was Gal Gadot that said something as well. Because I mean both sides are struggling, right? But not just with that, but like you even said, in regards to that, in regards to was it Harvey Weinstein? Is that what it was?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
not many people even, there was people that said things, but there was also a lot of people that were just like, oh, yeah,
Right.
I hung out with them, but also didn't want to push the envelope and, cause any waves with that.
Yeah.
And people need to be more vocal. And I love that. And I feel like she's always been like that, even from the beginning. Even in the show, she was very adamant about things that she believed in and she fought for them.
Yeah.
She taught us a lot about how to be a strong individual, not just looking at her, obviously, you're thinking, oh, okay, wow, if she could dress like that, I can too, you
Yeah.
know. But in the storylines too, she also fought for a lot of things, bullying and just being yourself, and not being ashamed of it and speaking her mind to her brothers, if she
Hmm.
didn't like something. And, I love that. And it showed girls a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I really love just everything about her, and I'm glad she's not gone. Like
Hmm.
you mentioned, like she's still here, and I don't think she has any plans of slowing down anytime soon. So I wish she'd do
No.
another show. Like I
Hmm.
love the premise of her movie that she wrote,
Hmm.
directed. That sounds like it'd be really fun TV show, even though I'm sure it's probably been done, but like I feel like she would be really cool, like
Oh,
playing
yeah.
like, this new like phase of her life, especially because
Hmm.
she's a divorcee as well.
Hmm. Exactly.
Um,
Does she have a kid? She does, right?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know how many
I
too.
could have sworn I saw her pregnant. That's right. But no, I think she has a lot to give. And I think we need to see more of her, even though we're seeing a lot, but I think that I don't know, she's the force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and then yeah. Sorry, I just got Tongue-tied, I agree. No, and this show, like going back to Blossom itself, like it also covered like some really like, it's not always like fun and dandy and walking the
Mm-mm.
park. Like, do you remember the episode where she was assaulted?
No, I might have. I don't know. It's been a minute. This is one of the shows I have not watched since it was off air. So
Same.
I'm,
Yeah. This one
I,
stuck in my head because um she it was on a date, and the guy ends up apologizing, and then she's like left confused, like, I don't know if I should tell somebody. She ends up blaming herself. She feels ashamed.
mm-hmm,
And later, like, she confesses like to her dad like what had happened. So like that's hard. Like, you would want to, like, if this were to happen,
mm-hmm,
I'm putting myself in her place. I would probably want to tell my mom. So the fact
mm-hmm,
that, like, she just has her dad. Like, she went to her dad, not her bestie. Like, I think
mm-hmm.
that
Oh,
says a lot about
totally.
their relationship
Yeah,
stuff. So that
exactly.
episode for me, like, that's the one that sticks in my memory bank,
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen it either. And I remember another episode that I remember is when remember she had a friend that was bulimic. And so they covered that. I mean, they covered a lot. It wasn't just they, like you said, they covered drugs, they covered bulimia, but bulimia was, I believe Blossom was had some sort of like inkling that Six might have been dieting or
Oh,
something like that.
yes.
And she might have been developing some sort of like eating
Eating
disorder.
disorder.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. And of
Like,
course, Six was like hella defensive about
yes.
it. And, so like, and those were things like, I feel like we said earlier, in another episode, the 90s were big on eating disorders. Like, that's
Yeah.
where we
Every episode
really,
discussed it.
yes,
I don't
exactly.
know, like Full
Hmm.
House, all
Yeah.
of it.
Cause I mean, Six was already small. Like,
Yeah.
and for her to, be dealing with something like that. And it was scary. It was scary for Blossom to have to even approach that subject with her best friend. But it was an
Yeah.
issue. But they dealt with so much. They even dealt with like racism
Mhm.
and um try obviously drugs. I think one of them was caught with a joint at one point. Hey, that rhymed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like someone was caught. I don't know if it was who was what
Joey,
was
maybe?
it?
I don't know.
It might have been. What was Joey's name on
Wasn't
the
he
show?
Joey?
Was it Joey? I
Yeah.
want to say I was let me see. Yeah, it was, right? That's so
Yeah.
funny. I
'Cause
was
I remember that I thought it was cool that he got to use his real name.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So, yeah, so I want to say that and I think they had looked to Tony to help them guide them about how to deal with it. Right? This whole drug issue, being that he had issues with drugs. So I don't know, it's just a lot of things that they covered. And I loved how they like in every other show in the 90s, they taught us a lot.
I mean, they even right out the gate, episode one, Blossom gets her period.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that,
that's right.
I like that shows discuss that. I don't remember if they did that in Full House, but I know they did that in Roseanne. And I think
Hmm.
around
Yeah.
our age group, that was very helpful to see. But
Hmm.
only in her case, she wanted to talk to her mom about it. But she was living in Paris, living her best life. So that was a lot of
Hmm.
things she was dealing with. So yeah, this
Uh-huh.
show like definitely did not shy away from covering
Real
these
life stuff. Yeah.
topics. Not
Hmm.
realistic exactly.
Hmm. No, and I love that. And I love, you're right. That's true. I forgot about the period. And I remember that one on Roseanne. And and that's the thing is like it's real life. That's what we deal with. And it's funny how things like you remember the movie Turning Red, right?
I don't think so. Oh,
That
yes,
the
the
the one
recent one,
the
the
recent
panda
one.
one.
And it's so funny how in the 90s they handled these issues about girls' periods, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays, one of the reasons why people hated that movie
Ugh.
was because of the fact that they discussed a girl's period, even though they didn't say the word period. They had another, innuendo. But I'm like, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
I think that's what made these shows what they were.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely, if I had to give this show a score, like 1 to 10. I think this one, I'm gonna give it a 9 because I wish that it could have gone on a little longer, but it's not their fault.
Yeah, no, same here. I think for sure, I think, yeah, I'd probably give it like an nine, 9.5. I feel like I definitely wanted more for sure.
Yeah.
It was just, it was always sad when something ended, and I feel like 4 seasons just wasn't enough.
No, 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 not at all. So, hey,
Hmm.
maybe they'll be on the list for a reboot. I would not watch
I know,
that.
my God, that would be amazing because
I
everybody
would
still
love it.
looks great. Even
Everyone
Jenna
looks
Von
amazing.
Oy, oh my
Yeah.
God, she looks beautiful.
No, everyone
Hmm.
looks amazing. So,
Yeah, for
hey,
real.
like
We're
we
gonna
are,
have to we're gonna have to come back and revisit this because we're gonna have to talk about the Lawrence brothers because they were big in the 90s as well.
they're big now. I mean, well, Matthew
Mm-hmm.
like in my face every day. So,
Mm-hmm. Right?
love. Well, yeah,
Right?
we'll definitely talk about him when we talk about Boy Meets World, because
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's one that we could do soon because there is some drama too going on with Boy
oh
Meets
my
World lately.
God.
So I said boy, I meant boys.
Oh no, yeah, they're
Is
back in
it
the
boys meet world? What is it, boy? Or is it
Boy
boy
Meets
meet?
World.
That's right. Okay. But there is some major drama. So,
No, I know it's insane right now.
mhm,
I'm here for it actually. I'm glad people are talking. So
for real. It's crazy how things come out of the woodwork just randomly, right?
eventually everything that's done in the dark comes out. So
For
that was
real.
a matter of time.
But anyways, this was actually really good. I mean, we could go on and on talking about Blossom, but it was a feel-good show that I just feel like it made us who we were.
Definitely. Loved
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Loved
for
talking
sure.
about it. But yeah.
I know. Heavens. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Steph. I don't know what we're going to cover next, but whatever it is, I think we need to I feel like we're going strong. I'm excited about these shows and I love discussing them with you.
I do too. It reminds me of, you know, how I felt back then watching these shows, and it makes me wanna, like I always say, I feel like I'm a broken record. It makes me want to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed going
Yes.
down this little trip with us, nostalgia land. And don't forget to tune back in on Friday because we got a brand new episode of Fridays with Me coming at ya.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. I'm excited.
Me too. So yeah, I think we should say peace out now. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Peace out, buddies.
Catch you on the flip
Yeah, I was
side.
gonna say
Bitches.
bye.
Bye.